Hello there! From behind the yellow line, this is Trammin episode 98. My name is Kirk, and today I'm not joined by my friend and rescue ranger, Chris Toon Rainwater. So, our Big Thunder topic of the week is Mickey's Toontown. So when you need some help, save the day. The intro's never far away.
Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast. Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding. As a courtesy to other passengers, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. In just a few moments, we will begin our trip into the Disneyland Resort news and topic of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this tram is ready to depart. Driver, you are clear.
Welcome back to Trammin, everyone. Happy Wednesday, and thank you for tuning in. Get it? So, I am your host, Kirk, and you may be wondering, where's Rain? Oh, Rain's alive and well. He's fine. He's good. But he's just on official Jedi business. Back to your drinks. So, let's put on a new pair of white gloves with mousekeeping. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast, where Rain and I talk about the Disneyland Resort through and only through our eyes. To catch up on jokes, references, context, and backstory, check out our lore page on trammin.com/lore. If you enjoy the show, like, subscribe, comment, and review us wherever you can, including Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Rain's favorite YouTubes. Especially Spotify these days. For a visual guide of the show and to message us, follow @Trammin Podcast on Instagram and or email us at tramminpodcast@gmail.com. And you can find all these links and lore on trammin.com. So, it's time for your write, in which members of the TramFam write in with corrections, comments, things they disagree with, or whatever we choose to put in here. So I will cue up that corrections music. So Jimmy writes in, and he said, just started listening to the show, this last one, and I just have to say I had no idea about the ferals being a furries thing. I thought it was just a term used by most people. I wouldn't have wrote in if I knew. So, yeah, while all are welcome here, we're just gonna leave that joke where it is. So Ozzy wrote in for the Disconceptions lightning round. Phantasmic as Fantasia, the Gold Mine Train, which I assume is Big Thunder, and he says short versions of things, but I totally approve of them. They're Trammin approved, like Splash, Thunder, Guardians, Rise, etc. But I will note, when I went to Disneyland with my sister, or like met up with her, I asked them, oh, have you guys done Rise? Or you guys haven't done Rise yet? And Kimmy asked the same thing. And both times my sister heard rides. No, we've been on a ton of rides. But yeah, I guess, people who don't go all the time, they call it Rise of the Resistance or the Star Wars ride, but not like Rise. So yeah. Sean wrote in and said, you should make a Patreon, and we will not. So you get everything for free. If anything, we spend money, but we like to, because we're just Trammin. So let's get in some news. So I got some headlines for you guys. I think I'm missing one, but that's fine. So, the Heart Cart. Valentine's Day treats are available at the Holiday Cart in the Grand Californian Hotel lobby. So it's back. But on top of that, Kimmy sent me the foodie guide to I don't even know what they call it. Like the foodie guide to Valentine's Day treats. So there's the Gorgeous Gray Stuff, which is the same thing, but they're calling it cookies and cream mousse. I don't know if they've ever called it that. But it is a red shortbread cookie and heart sprinkles. There's a heart-shaped butter cookie with a strawberry glaze and white chocolate drizzle This is all at Red Rose Tavern. And a strawberry sweet tea, black tea with lemon, sweetened with strawberry. So that is for you, Rain. It's like an Arnie P, but a little more romantic than usual. Galactic Grill has a spicy Nash chicken sandwich. So you know what that is. It's got it's a Nashville chicken sandwich, but nope, that's just mayo. It looks like fancy mayo, but it is not. There is the Galactic Sunrise Slush. It's a strawberry limeade slush, which if it's anything like the blood orange one, it'll be pretty good. Gibson Girl has the Sweetheart Sundae. They also have the floats at Golden Horseshoe that Kevin sent in. So there's strawberry, vanilla, chocolate ice cream, strawberry sauce, blah, blah, blah. But it is in is that a red cone? No, I think it's just a fancy thing. But this is like February 11th through 14th. Everything else is like the whole month of February. Alien Planet, some pizza with spinach and artichoke. Get out of here. Tomorrowland Churro and Pretzel Stand. So the infamous Tomorrowland Pretzel Stand has a sour cherry pretzel, cream cheese filled pretzel with sour cherry sugar. Right in. Is that more weird or less weird than dipping the cream cheese cinnamon one in, or just the cinnamon one, in nacho cheese sauce like Sauce does? I feel like this is weirder. The sour cherry cream cheese. It's because of the sour. Because I think the nacho cheese, it's weird, but you know how it's lots of stuff's weird. So yeah, and then there's a sour cherry churro with sour cherry sugar. I think we were right in was that episode we did where we get rid of things? It's time to go. I think it's time for the regular churros to just shine. Give them some dipping sauces, but or don't. Just enjoy the basics. Back to the basics is going to be a theme at some point, like throwbacky. New Orleans Square Churro Stand and Critter Country Churro and Lemonade Cart has the strawberry churro, so churro rolled in strawberry sugar. If this tastes like a strawberry shortcake ice cream, I'd be pretty down for this. The Tropical Hideaway has a Valentine's Swirl, Dole Whip, watermelon, and cherry swirl. They had me at watermelon, and then they lost me at cherry. I love that medicine cherry flavor. Let's be real. I do. On lollipops and whatever. But no, not on ice cream. Like, I like it when it's disgusting candy, and I know what it is. Fiddler, Fifer, and Practical. We're cruising into DCA now. Has a Valentine macaron. It's a red and white macaron and strawberry-filled buttercream. With strawberry jam and brownie. The picture does not, it says love on it and the O is Mickey, but it doesn't show anything else. I don't know. These macarons are weird, and you got to go to Starbucks for it, but you can't mobile order, of course. Another thing you might want to write in about is the Mickey head with just the three circles. Is that a better O or a better V? I feel like if it's the same size as everything, it's got to be the V. Otherwise, you have to make the ears stick out of the rest of the word for that to be the O. Otherwise, this looks like liv. That's your soundbite of the week. Clarabelle's Hand Scooped Ice Cream, which has frozen bananas, has the True Love Sundae. So vanilla and strawberry ice cream with a waffle cup, strawberry sauce, and a chocolate covered strawberries. Okay. I've never seen that in ice cream, and I gotta say that's unique enough for me to care, but maybe not unique enough for me to try. The Town Square Churro Stand, which I cannot tell you where this is. We're back to Disneyland. It's right in front of Lincoln. That has a sweet strawberry dipping sauce for churros. It doesn't say that there's a special churro though. So Sweethearts Night, which is sold out, the whole thing. They have some special things. Oh, whoa. Okay. Lamplight Lounge, the Love That Lasts a Lifetime Sweet Cocktail, the Flame Spicy Cocktail. Ooh, The X Sour and Bitter Cocktail. Listen, you're asking people to give money to something called the X. I don't like it. Just the words X probably should not come up on Valentine's Day. It's just not, don't ever talk about them. There's a reason that happened, but yeah, is this for the single people who are going? Because there are single people who are going. So I guess it's valid, but little weird. Not going, the drink. And then there's the Valentine cocktail flight where you can get the X, the flame, and the love. And I understand the X being a different person, but are the flame and the love different people? They should be the same person, everyone. Some free advice. And the various candy locations around Disneyland Resort, including Marceline's Confectionery in downtown Disney, Trolley Treats in DCA, Bing Bong Sweet Stuff. We always forget about that as a sweet treat spot. Candy Palace and Candy Kitchen and Boo Corner. Oh, Candy Palace and Candy Kitchen's like one thing. They have the Bee Mine apple. That's a bee movie pun for everyone. It's a Granny Smith apple dipped in caramel and red chocolate with white and dark chocolate with a cute little chocolate bee. It says cute little. There's no honey on this, which they could have called that a honey bee mine. And that's like bee mine, honey bee, and also calling the person who you want to be yours honey, which is fine. You can do that too, but free ideas here. Free ideas. Because Disney can't afford good ideas. Boom. I need that boom-ts over here. All I have is weight, I think, which I have not updated. There is the Bee Mine cereal treat, heart-shaped, and it's spelled B again. That's a heart-shaped cereal with red chocolate, white chocolate, and a cute little chocolate bee. But again, a cereal treat is Rice Krispie, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And again, no honey. Strawberry cake pop, chocolate cake pop dipped in pink strawberry flavored chocolate and drizzled with red chocolate. Is that white chocolate? In which case, you keep it. The dark chocolate marshmallow wand. So a marshmallow wand dipped in caramel. It always is dipped in caramel. The chocolate is like glued to the marshmallow with caramel every time. Even the churro one. With red and pink chocolate, dark chocolate dipped strawberry. Yeah, I'll try that. It's small, right? And a milk chocolate swirl strawberry. Maybe not. The writer's friend Valerie put together the downtown Disney thing. So at the cart, which was the original news item here, there is Mickey Mouse shaped Valentine's cookies, heart shaped sugar cookies, chocolate Minnie Mouse shaped crisp rice treats, chocolate dipped strawberries, and ombre macarons. All right. Craftsman Bar has a tuxedo strawberry, it's a rum drink with chocolate creme. Strawberry puree. Okay. California Crush with apple whiskey and strawberry puree. And Love's Lantern, which is a citrus vodka with raspberry liqueur and more. The Disneyland Hotel Coffee House has a cupcake, red velvet, Sablé heart cookie. I don't know what that is. Raspberry mocha and iced raspberry mocha. And Tongariro Terrace also has the cookie and the cupcake. And that is all for the Disneyland Resort. I saw these really cool looking wands with like the Mickey waffle shape that look like cake, but that was not referenced here. So I don't know if we get it, because do we ever really get it? Yeah. So it's time. No, well, okay. It's still time for the news. So next headline. see you later. The walls are up in downtown Disney for the big construction project. So, yeah, AMC's coming down, everyone. Starbucks coming down. Earl coming down, but probably coming back. So don't you worry. But don't usually hold on hope for something coming back. Let go. Wait, that's next week's theme. So forget it this week. Legends never die. Archivist Dave Smith posthumously honored with a window on Main Street, USA. And it reads, New Century Historical Society, Dave Smith, Town Archivist, preserving, protecting, and presenting our fond memories of the past. I love that it says Town Archivist, because then it's like Main Street supposed to be the old town, and it's a little bit more than just a generic archivist, even though I guess he was an archivist, but really cool. And it's a very tiny window. It looks like it's on Market House, which is Starbucks. I think I'm right about that, on the side. At first I was like, are they going to run out of windows? They have so many tiny little windows. They could probably even make windows smaller in the future. They got room. I just want to Plaza point this out to you. Plaza Point has changed its theme finally, or for the first time, to Lunar New Year. So you can get Lunar New Year themed merchandise at Plaza Point Holiday Shop, which is not just regular holidays. So I'm calling this next one Sweet and Greet. So for the sold out Sweethearts Night, they have some meet and greets. So you can meet Mickey and Minnie Mouse. These are like couples, which is kind of cool. I mean, a lot of times they are anyway, but you can meet Mickey and Minnie Mouse at Town Square. This is all in Disneyland. Donald and Daisy Duck in Town Square. Clarabelle Cow and Horace Horsecollar in Town Square. And Mary Poppins and Bert in Town Square. So everyone is at the front of Main Street. I wonder if they're up on the train station. New Orleans Square has Tiana and Prince Naveen. I have not seen Naveen. Will he have his guitar ukulele thing or not? And Bernard and Miss Bianca. I feel like Rain would know who these are. Are these the mice? They Bernard and Miss Bianca. What? Yes, they are the mice. Ooh, in The Rescuers. I'm proud of myself for that one, because how would I know that? I don't know. But that's it for New Orleans Square. Critter Country has Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps near Splash Mountain. So they are a couple, I guess. Moving on. Fantasyland, here we go. Has Belle and the Beast. I know that's the proper way to say it, but it sounds weird because, it's Beauty and the Beast and all that. So Belle and the Beast near Red Rose Tavern. Gaston on his own. No one loves Gaston as much as Gaston loves Gaston. So there you go. Snow White and Prince Charming near the Wishing Well by Sleeping Beauty Castle. That's a good spot. It's a good spot to meet them. Princess Aurora and Prince Philip. Aurora is my favorite Disney princess, but I kind of want to meet Prince Philip because, the scene with Maleficent, that's crazy. I don't know if I've ever seen him there, but they are at the Fantasyland Theater, and so are Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. That's some cute stuff. He's going to have a little bag. He always does. It's great. And she always has the long hair, but they're not really a couple until, the spoiler for this 8,000-year-old movie, which is probably still my favorite modern, like CG animated Disney movie. Yeah. And Tomorrowland has Milo, Thatch, and Kida at Star Wars Launch Bay. These are the Atlantis characters. So they're the missing movies trickling in, but we don't count characters. And I was going to post pins don't count. I actually have pictures of pins that I saw for both movies, Atlantis and Treasure Planet. The Instagram app was acting up. So that's why you guys just got no pictures for missing movies, even though they're missing. So where would you get the pictures? But I wasn't going to Photoshop them like the other one. Yeah. So that is it for the Sweetheart Night meet and greets. And for our last headline, Club 30 Key. Magic Key Terrace is getting a renovation and a permanent status, it seems like. So the lounge, it's the Magic Key Terrace. It's not a lounge, but it is a lounge. Above Wine Country Trattoria is going to have some like updates. They're adding some cool stones, some better seating. I don't know if it's going to be closed the whole time. I think they're going to be like rotating. But that's pretty cool. Now, they did an article with OC Register because they always do. And they called it a Club 33 for Magic Key holders. It's, it's not. Like, whatever. But I still think it's cool. I am looking forward to going back. I actually tried getting reservations. They were open, but my sister was not in DCA. But the next time they're in DCA, I could invite them, right? You could take as many people as you want, as long as there's one key holder. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think I did say that Kimmy sent me the foodie guide, right? Because I did not find that on my own. But yeah, that is all the news. And so in a shocking twist, what's next is
Kev's Concoctions with Kirk and
me. So this is the last. We didn't do this last week. So we did remote record last week, which I don't know if you probably noticed. You could hear it. But yeah, so we didn't do the last in the series, the Cheerio series. So this is the normal Cheerio, sour Cheerio, if you will. Sour cherry? No, it's not cherry. I kind of wish it was. Kev, make a cherry beer. But yeah, I have my Stein from Craftsman Grill. I would tip this over and show you. Maybe you could see it while I drink. Kev, it foamed up a lot. Kev is my brother, by the way, if you're new here. It foamed up a lot after pouring. It did not foam up at all at opening. I opened it super slow. The cup was cold and the beer was cold. Is the cup not supposed to be cold? I don't know. It's a ceramic cup, but I poured it like at the most angle I can, no distance hitting. But anyways, let's try this beer that my brother made. The last of the series. Hopefully we'll have the new series soon. It's in the fridge. Oh, Terrain. Cheers. Okay. It's a little sour, but not as sour. It's almost a little sweet at this point. Take another sip. I think this is aged, Kev. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe it's broken down. I don't know. But it is a little sweeter. Still got the full body. It's not as sour and harsh as the other ones, which were chocolate or marshmallow flavored. Cocoa and marshmallow. But yeah, this is nice. I wish it hadn't foamed up as much. There'd be more in here. But it is what it is. This is good. So it's not enough to hit me, guys. Sorry, you can't have that fun of an episode. But yeah, thank you, Kev. So it is finally time for our Big Thunder topic of the week. Mickey's Toontown, the whole land. So today, the day of release is 2/2/22. You may be wondering, why didn't you do 2/22/22? Well, that's on a Wednesday. So Mickey's Toontown, if you hadn't gotten it by now, is going to change forever. It is going to close in March. If you didn't know that, oh, there you go. And so let's celebrate it. Let's give it a send-off, a proper send-off with a thick topic. And this thick topic is brought to you by, of course, the Trammin crew, Kirk and Rain, but also the TramFam, who showed up today to write in. And I'm leaving the question box open until probably we have it so good, or like the wrap up, and then I'll take it down because people are still writing in. So yeah, let's check one more to see if the stuff like fits in here. Yeah, let's go. So Toontown opened in 1993. It replaced, in a way, Disney Afternoon Avenue, which was like Disney Afternoon characters and stuff on the Small World parade route, like in front of Small World. So what's funny is they called this same section that during 90s night. And I was like, okay, that's a weird place to put it. This makes so much sense. This is a deep cut of, hey, we're calling this thing what we called it in the 90s when it was here. blew my mind when I read this. So that's pretty cool. But that was, in an existing land. So they built their own land themed after Roger Rabbit, kind of. It was like that was the goal, because that's when, it came out around then. And then the Roger Rabbit popularity went into cult status. But yeah, that's what it was built for. So, we think it's pretty unique, right? We have the only Toontown. Well, Ryan asks, why doesn't any other Disney park have a Toontown? I'm clueless. It's not the only Toontown. Yes, it was my twin. My Big Fat Greek wedding. Actually, there is a twin in Tokyo. Tokyo Disneyland just straight up has a copy of Toontown. There's only two different things. It has, first it has Minnie's, Minnie, it's like a beauty studio. It's something like that. But forget that part, because this goes even deeper. The thing it has that we don't have is Toon Park. What's Toon Park? Why is that important? It came from Walt Disney World's Toontown Fair. Yeah, Walt Disney World had Toontown Fair that closed down in 2011. However, it had Toon Park. But both of these replaced Mickey's Birthday Land. Yeah, it keeps going. So that's a story for another time, because it's gone. But Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris has Toon Studio, where it's like themed after where the Disney characters go to work, producing animated films themselves, using real equipment, whatever. So yeah, there was a similar thing in Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. Tokyo straight up has Toontown, like carbon copy Toontown, more or less. And Walt Disney Studios has Toon Studios, or the Paris one. So yeah, we're not the only one. Like John Lennon said. Yeah. So let's start at the entrance, of course. The population counter. I don't like this thing. I think I've said it before. I think it's that clear plastic vibe, the 90s vibe of clear plastic. Don't like it. It's something feels cheap, but I like the little whimsy. The sign itself is okay. We kind of knocked that off for the art. But yeah, I think it's just that plastic thing. There's something that looks Chuck E. Cheese-ish about it. But what I do like is there are 4 placards, 2 on each side. They are fake organizations. So you guys should look these up. There is what Disneyland calls, it is a blue octagon. That pause was me counting the sides, even though I should immediately recognize an octagon. It's multiple blues with some stars and whatever, and it is the Benevolent and Protective Order of Mouse, which is a real organization called Benevolent and Protective Order of Elk, which I think is just a charity organization. I think all of these are. So yeah, 2 very different logos, but totally real. Optimist International is a little smiley thing. That is Optimist International. I think also a charity organization. And then DAR, it is Minnie and Daisy, Daughters of the Animated Reel. You can guess, like this is Dora. But this is the Daughters of the American Revolution, which still exists. Again, some sort of charity thing. It's a women's organization. And Trammin does not endorse or go against any of these organizations, because who knows what organizations are up to these days, right? But we also have the Loyal Knights of the Inkwell, and this has a little ink thing, and I like this logo. It's got a pen and is that a paintbrush? Yes, which is the Loyal Knights of the Round Table, which is an old Loyal Knights of Ye Round Table from AD 512, apparently. So when you Google this, if you do, Google the entire Loyal Knights of the Round Table, like in quotes, because some other organizations started calling themselves something similar without the Round Table, and they're not cool, and they're terrible. So Yeah, we'll go with that. But the round table, I think they're still cool. So don't worry about them. But yeah, I think this is a cool, like, this was a thing back in the day, right? Like, hey, we have cartoon versions of the real world. Isn't that cool, everyone? But it is kind of cool. I think we've gone back around. I think it's funny. Like the whole just puns and whatever. Toontown is, everything's a pun. And they're going forward with that with the Centennial Park that's coming up. But yeah, I like these. It's a small little touch that like reminds me of those organizations, like the Lion something, like the Key Club type of thing. I know some of you were in Key Club in high school. Kiwanis International, right? Something like that. I was not in it. But I think I went to one of their ice skating things. I taught like 9 people how to ice skate. So yeah, these are cool. But immediately after that, you go under the train tracks. It feels dark. They put some light there, I think because of the construction on the left when you're entering. Don't like it. It's feels bleh, like sad almost. I don't know if it's sad, but it's just like this drab. Drab is a good word. But they did redo the pavement. I think they graded it a little better for wheelchairs, and I think they're fake bricks, by the way. Like they just rolled it out, but I think that helps with wheelchairs, which is always cool, and frankly looks better than flat cement concrete. I always mix the two up. Always mix up cement. The bottoms is gonna make an appearance somewhere. Probably the way that we have it so good isn't all too much behind the yellow line. But what's really, really interesting about this is it is as far as I know, the only land with a working gate. They can and they do, just close the whole land, like for fireworks. And my cousin Adam wrote in and said, the only thing I could say about Toontown is it's dumb that it closes early. And it is kind of dumb because I've been there at night. It's very cool. I feel like they can add a little more at the nighttime, maybe lights in the trees. We'll get to that kind of stuff later. But yeah, it's the only line with a working gate. Frontierland has it's like a fortress gate. I don't think it closes. I don't think it's even has the doors. But yeah, I thought this was a cool little point. It's just a gate that closes, and it says Mickey's Toontown on it. So I think that's pretty cool. And then, of course, there's the little sign, the lamp post with the face that says it closes early. I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. But I guess he's here to stay because Toontown is here to stay. So as far as I could tell, the official residents of Toontown are Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Pluto, Daisy, Clarabelle, Chip and Dale. I think Gadget lives there. Gadget of the Rescue Rangers, and Roger and Jessica Rabbit. I think they also live there. Not too much else. Like they're more characters in Roger Rabbit, but I think that's it. I don't think Horace Horsecaller. I don't think he lives there unless he lives with Clarabelle. I'm not sure. Cannot confirm or deny. But yeah, Mickey and Minnie, according to Walt Disney, are married in private life, but live in separate homes to keep up the public persona. Yeah, it's a thing. And Pluto lives with Mickey, so he's not alone, So that's I don't know why. You know what? Yeah, we're going to talk about food first, but because the food is still related to the residents. Everyone, they live and work in Toontown. It's a company town, really. They get paid in like toon bucks or toonies for our Canadian listeners. Those are 2-cent coins. Yes, they have those. Toonies and loonies? I think loonies are 1. Unless they're 3, that would make them pretty loony. So, first up, Daisy's Diner. The menu. I wrote out the menus because they're hilarious. Pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza, chicken Cobb salad, assorted desserts, fountain drinks, milk, like 2% milk, chocolate milk, and the Minute Maid juice box. This is all for the children. These are personal pizzas, but they're like $8.50 each or something. I think even more. But I didn't want to write the prices down. They're not that important. So Daisy's got a diner. Working girl. Sorry, that's probably offensive. But she works, right? Because you know Donald is not, he's not bringing in any money. Like, let's be real. Yeah, so that's what she sells. We'll improve the food later. Spoiler alert. We got Pluto's Doghouse, which has a foot-long hot dog, with bacon mac and cheese, which is also sold at the refreshment corner, and then a premium hot dog, which is cheaper and probably smaller. So I don't know what that means, that it's premium. Kind of like premium plus and super gas. It's like, so there's no regular gas. They're all amazing, you know? And then there's a kid's turkey sandwich and a kid's turkey dog. So I guess the other ones are for adults. And then for toddlers, it says this. There is yummy, cheesy macaroni. And then Pluto. Yes, this is Pluto's place. And the hot dogs are not, they're made of beef. So beef and pork probably. So don't worry. He sells fountain drinks and coffee. There's coffee at Pluto's Doghouse. I need to try this. And I will try this and I'll report back. Like, there's all these cold brews, these almond matcha things, and I'm going to try the Toontown Coffee. Don't you worry. Maybe this Saturday. Yeah. And then there's Clarabelle's. Yes, there's a Clarabelle's ice cream in DCA, and then there's Clarabelle's in Disneyland, in Toontown. So she's got a sundae, a root beer float, another float, guys. Soft serve yogurt, Dannon soft serve yogurt. I don't know what that means, like frozen yogurt, but is it yogurty or I don't know. And then there's like the items from the ice cream cart, like the maybe frozen banana now, but there is like the Mickey sandwich or the Mickey bar, the ice cream sandwich, the Minute Maid strawberry bar. The strawberry bar is a thing for some reason, and then like an Olaf popsicle type deal. Frozen, you know, get it? But it's kind of messed up eating that. But that is all there. And they also have hot cocoa, okay, and tea and coffee again. So now there's even more to try. Now this is it even Joffrey's or is it just like machine coffee? I don't know. But I need to try Toontown Coffee. I got to try it before it closes. Like, I think I'll actually, even if it's the same thing, I need to say I got it. Not to others, to myself. And maybe, well, to you guys, of course. Telling you guys everything. So when I was like, I went in order, right? I went to Daisy's, then I did Pluto's Doghouse, and I did Clarabelle. So Daisy had pizza, and Pluto had hot dogs. And I thought, oh, okay, this is going to complete the Holy Trinity. Pizza, hot dogs, and hamburgers. Then I realized it'd be weird to buy hamburgers from a cow. Yes, Clarabelle is a cow. So she does not sell hamburgers. And guys, I know this is coming later. We'll save it. But can you guess? Can you guess what I'm going to say? If you can, you don't get anything because I will finish the episode and then it will be over and I won't know if you guessed. So we'll come back. So there are a number of attractions. There are some walkthrough attractions, of course. That is like what Toontown is. So there is Goofy's Playhouse, which I thought was called Goofy's Paint and Playhouse, and I thought that makes no sense, even though I think he's got like paint cans around. That is in Tokyo, where there is the same system as Midway Mania, and you could like make paint art, but you cannot do that here. This used to be Goofy's Bounce House, where if you were too tall, as in you're an adult, you can't come inside. You got to take your shoes off as a kid, and you bounce around. I think SeaWorld had something like this too. The whole floor was bouncy. Not like a moon bounce or jumper, as some people call it. But that, I guess, is dangerous. So that's gone. The inside is just flat. There's just nothing in there. It's super boring. But it's all about the backyard, which is like a garden play area. And there's like some places for the adults to sit. I was going to say for the humans to sit. I am not like, I don't hate children. Children are the future. They are the future listeners. But yeah, you can just sit and, you know, the kids just tire themselves out. That's like the whole deal, right? So that's there. Now, we have a write-in from, I believe, Elizabeth. Elizabeth writes in. Very random. Don't you worry. It's not random at all. Does anyone else remember Donald's boat-themed playground? My brother broke his arm there when we were kids, and while it sucked for him, it was the best for the rest of the family. Free fast passes all day. What's a fast pass? Chip and Dale even rode in the ambulance with him. Whoa. Okay. All right. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I wonder if other people got hurt there, and that's why it no longer exists. Elizabeth, what are you talking about? Donald's boat is still there. It's called the Miss Daisy. It has a clothesline on top. There's the flags, but Donald has his clothes drying up there. It is a landlocked boat in Toon Lake. Is that a June Lake pun? June Lake. Wait, is that the beautiful one? Or is that Crater Lake? Or is one of them fake? I don't know. But June Lake is real. But yeah, it's land. I don't know how he got the boat there. Maybe Sorcerer Mickey helped him out. Maybe he built it there. Like in my favorite Mickey short, Mickey Mouse Boat Builders. That's what it's called. When they have the boat that comes out of the crate, like a little skeleton of it, and then they try to put it together. Love that. It is amazing. So if that's on Disney Plus, go watch that. But I would say anything with an upstairs is fun. Like where you walk up in a theme park and you're just like, whoa, I'm not on the ground anymore. I still think that's cool. I think it's temporarily closed, Elizabeth, and that's why you can't find it. I don't know what that temporary means, like forever for some weird reason or just like some, COVID stuff. But it's definitely still there. I definitely saw it and took a picture of it. It had its Christmas decorations. Unless you are talking about the SS Rustworthy, which was the playground in DCA, which is in our DCA 1.0 episodes, one of them. That was near Golden Zephyr and the Burger Invasion McDonald's. Shout out to Rain. And unless you're talking about that, it's Donald's boat. It's still there. It's totally still there. Don't you worry. So next up, we got Minnie's house, which has been closed since Disneyland closed in 2020. And I don't presume it to be opening until after all this. It's got the pink and purple roof tiles. According to a short somewhere, Minnie designed this herself. So multi-talented individual here. It's got a heart window on top. In her room, I think there's a heart-shaped vanity mirror. And I hear that these vanity mirrors with the lights around them, hot commodity. Like they're a dream for some people. They have those built-in LED ones, but when that dies, it's over. So, but yeah, I think it's a real mirror. Yeah, you can go in there. Well, you can't go in there. And there's a very kitschy kitchen with like flowers on the chairs, like a flower print, that candy stripe vintage style. I was wondering why they were selling merch like that, like house merch, like Minnie Mouse, vintage stripes, all that kind of stuff. Turns out it's just it's from her house in Toontown, so very consistent. And I think you meet her in the backyard or something. She's not always there. The backyard has a cute little I don't know what it's called. It's like a metal gazebo, but it's not a gazebo. It's like like an arch type thing they put at weddings, but not. I don't like the backyard. It actually like makes me sad for some reason. But I think this is how you say it. Kayla asks, did Chip and Dale ever have a house? I feel like I remember it from when I was really little. I don't remember seeing it anytime recently. Yes, there is the Chip and Dale treehouse. Chip apostrophe and Dale, by the way. I had to rewrite that. But it's not Chip and Dale's treehouse, just Chip and Dale treehouse. And I like the little write-up. I'm going to be looking into these more. The little write-ups on Disneyland's website. Scamper into the home of the nuttiest duo around and see the world from a very chipmunk point of view. So it's tiny. It's very small. You go inside and it's like stairs or something like that. I think Autumn and I actually went in there on that one trip we went before college. We're like, we're going to do everything that's open. So yeah, that was fun. I like how small it is though. I love the balcony. And so, they said, see the world from a chipmunk point of view. So how do chipmunks see the world? From inside trees and from on top of trees. Genius. That's what the balcony is. And I think this is sadly not in the concept art, which I have links to the big giant versions that Disney only gives to the media, but you can actually just download it yourself. I don't see it in the concept art because I see the side, like the garage from Mickey's house and Donald's boat. But then there's an open area, which we'll also get to later. But I don't see Chip and Dale Treehouse, which is a little worrying, a little sad. But we'll see. But yeah, it is currently there. It may also, it didn't say temporarily closed this time, but it was one of those things. But yeah, it's still there. Still there. And of course, Mickey's house. So he's got a bedroom, which of course, it's got a photo of Minnie in it. Because she doesn't live there. Living room with a working TV. And Pluto has a bed and dog toys there. His little dog bed. He's got a kitchen, which has it's been recently painted with Donald and Goofy, by Donald and Goofy, which Mickey didn't like the job they did. There are their footprints, if you look around. And there is a bathroom. Is he the one with the cool washing machine? Or is that Minnie? I don't remember, but I love that thing. But I love Mickey's living room. It's very cozy. I would almost want that as my own living room. And he's got a backyard, but it's inside. And it has a garden, like a vegetable garden. And it leads to his, I think it's kind of like a garage, but it's called the movie barn, which is the meet and greet. Why is it called the movie barn? Because that is like Walt Disney's barn, where he used to work on Mickey and other projects. So he's got a little schedule somewhere in the house. He wakes up at 5 a.m., guys. And then he does Mousercise. And before 6:30, because 6:30 is when he heads into the movie barn, he calls Minnie. He calls her before 6:30. I would say how nice. But is she awake? Or is he waking her up? Or is it a wake-up call? Because that would be cute, right? Mickey wakes you up with a phone call. Your husband. I don't know. So this is the most elaborate house. And, it kind of just hides the line because there is one point it's just switchbacks and something that plays Mickey shorts. But the joke is that you're meeting Mickey, the movie star. So he's in all the shorts and it's oh, look at my sizzle reel, But I've done the meet and greet once. I met Steamboat Willie Mickey. I brought it up, I think for the Anaheim Ducks Day episode. The cross promotion episode. So, yeah, I think there's two sets. There's the Sorcerer Mickey one and Steamboat. And I don't know if he changes from those two, but he probably changes from the Steamboat, but Sorcerer is usually there. It doesn't always have the hat on. I may have a picture of that one. So, yeah, you can, it's he has a schedule, but that's a guaranteed meet Mickey Mouse thing. So, really, really big with the children. So, yeah, and then, in terms of those are the only walk-throughs, but there is the fountains, like I said, I've said before, the interactive sound pads. And then there is Roger Rabbit's fountain. You're not supposed to go in the fountain. Did you know that? Yeah, there's just random cool stuff to look at. And we'll get to a couple other things in a bit. But let's get to what I'm going to call the moving attractions or rides, as some people would call them. So there was the Jolly Trolley. It does not work anymore. It is now just, it sits there. There's a track around the whole land. And the Jolly Trolley used to go around there. I don't know if I've ever ridden it, but in the new concept art, there is no track. There is a street now. I doubt there's cars driving around, but I think they're just going to get rid of it. I'm sorry, RJ. RJ loved that thing, he said, or he brings up all the time. And of course, there is Gadget's Go Coaster. So, all of you, at some point in your life, what did you think this was? I'm going to take a sip of beer while you think. Yes, Inspector Gadget. Has nothing to do with them. Gadget is a character in Rescue Rangers. Anytime I try to think of the Rescue Rangers song, the DuckTales theme comes to mind. But yeah, she has a ride. She's like a little inventor. And there's an RR inside. It's still definitely her little coaster. And I don't think they're going to change the name because all the other characters have something, right? So it is 52 seconds of pure adrenaline. It actually kind of is. It's a wild little ride. A lot of fun. It's not worth any wait because it's over before it starts. But I actually really like it. It's a nice little small coaster. Nothing else is going to go there. There's only one car, one train, but I like it. I like it a lot. Rescue Rangers is not getting referenced anywhere else. And I don't think it has. So I'm surprised Rescue Rangers has not been revived yet. But now that I said it, it will be, right? Like, it's only a matter of time. Disney's doing it with everything. But that's not the biggest ride here. We have Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. The ride with a queue. It's arguably better than the ride. That queue is just, wow. Now, you could barely go through it anymore. They're being weird, lightning lane. I don't know. But that queue is crazy. It's a little claustrophobic. Not much for me, but it feels like it's stinky or sweaty in there, you know? But I do like it a lot. There's the queue like changes themes, even though the whole theme's Roger Rabbit. Now, speaking of changing themes, Jessica Rabbit is now like an inspector. I don't know enough about the movie. Still haven't watched it. But I don't think it takes away from the ride. The ride story is loose. Just have fun. It's a spinning ride. Like, you spin it like a teacup. It resists, though. I don't know if it's meant to push you a certain way sometimes, but that thing's not always easy to spin. And it's always greasy, just saying. But I do think it's fun. But again, it's not like something I like waiting for, especially in that little indoor queue. It's cramped. I don't get claustrophobic, but it's just like, ugh. Like, I don't, you're stuck. But I do really like this ride. It looks to be staying, especially because they're updating it. Like, what would they change it to? You know, because they're building a new ride. In case you didn't notice that building, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, where you enter through El Capitan Theater. So the Toon puns do not end ever. They tune not. And yeah. So good that it's still here. I wonder if it'll be cleaned up a bit. There's something that looks old about it. Disney has really gotta just put animatronics in more places. I know they cost money, but if you're gonna update a ride one way or the other, that's the way. Just go straight to the Hondo style ones, the 2.0, if you will. Because I think that would add a lot to every ride, especially because when these statue type animatronics speak, it just sounds like someone barked into a microphone and then they're playing it out of speaker, because that is what they're doing. Instead of them saying it to you. Like I get this weird feeling like someone's talking from somewhere else. And again, they are. But yeah, I think they should be more real. I think it would be a lot more fun. Most of these rides. I'm not surprised because I'm never surprised. But Snow White should have had like an animatronic, especially because like Belle has one in Shanghai or wherever. Come on, Snow White. She's the first one. You could have made one. You could have just made her animate like Belle. Like I'm sure it would have been fine. Yeah, and of course, the Disneyland Railroad. It's actually the Toontown station. It is not the Fantasyland station, even though it's next to Fantasyland Theater. Kind of weird. And I assume they're going to keep it that way because the train is in the art. But yeah, it's not a Toontown ride, but it's an attraction in Toontown. So it counts. It counts. So yeah, let's not forget the train station there with its own little like Toon-y type decor, props, I guess. And yeah, as I said, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway coming in 2023. You could definitely see them doing construction middle of the night off the 5 freeway. So Jackson, Spokebusters, asks, what are y'all's favorite areas in Toontown for photo ops? So his is the bendy weights. Love the bendy weights. That is very rubber hose animation. I think Trey wrote that in, right? That is rubber hose animation. Very like, it looks like one of their arms. Like, come on. So love that one. And I think there's the bendy jail cell. Also very cool. That was like a real 2013, put it on your Instagram type thing, because that was like when it was happening, you know, like right before when Instagram was kind of popping off, Disneyland was getting popular because of Instagram. I really think that's what it was. So yeah, there's the gazebo, which I've seen some people post recently. I haven't seen that. It's in the terrible Discover page, which I have to go to when I want to look up like Disney Imagineering, because I had to look them up for this one. So then there's let's gonna look it up. The door that shocks you, and that scares people. I love that thing. I think it's blocked off right now. I'm not sure, but that is one of the greatest little gags. It's more like a video op, let's say, but I love that. I love the car. It's got like 2 rows of seats. Kimmy and I took a picture in there, that one like spontaneous trip we did. It's like a fun thing because you like hop in, you know, it's cool. I like it. There was a fire truck. They removed it. I don't know if it's permanently gone, if it's the construction thing, who knows? But there was one near the fire station. This isn't really a photo op, right? But the bathrooms and gas station, not inside the bathrooms. I love that the bathrooms are in the gas station. It's like a gas station fuel up, tune up type thing. Tune up. Okay, I didn't think of that one. Does it say it? It has to. It definitely has to. I like that area. It's not, I think it needs to move a little bit more, but I assume they're going to improve stuff, or that actually might be gone in the future, but I'll look into that too. But I do like that area. I like the goofy water. I took a picture of that. You guys will see that. But yeah, it's you know what? They're fun photo ops. They're like, you put it in the family album. They're not like, look at the beautiful castle. Every time I stare at this, I think Walt Disney looked at the same castle. It all started with like, stop. You're not doing that in Toontown. You're picking up the silly weights. You just having fun. You're picking them up. You're pretending you're breaking out of jail. You know, like the gazebo though. It's risky. It's risky. People might think they could get a little too deep with that. But stay away. Stay away from me. Let's see. Now, John writes in. So I don't think the Toon Patrol Weasels have meet and greets, but it would be cool to see them out. I think that's from the video game, right? The one I always wanted to play, but I did not take my parents' credit card without asking. And they were also like, you know, when parents were afraid to put credit cards on the internet, even though it's like a credit card, so you get your money back or something. It was a weird time. I remember my mom, possibly also my dad, being afraid that I wanted to buy like books, like textbooks or novels off of Amazon. Like, ooh, I've never heard of that. I don't know if you should put the credit card in there. Is it safe? I remember that vividly. And look where we are. Like probably half the stuff on this table is this stand is from Amazon, but that's probably it. Another sip of beer. Enjoy the silence. So, this wasn't going to be a section, but now it is. Forgetting Toontown. So, let's start this off with Kevin, who says, why is Toontown the most neglected part of the park? Before it got the new ride, well, like in the news, it seems like nothing ever really got updated there. And I personally never wanted to go there because of how lame it is. I never really hear anyone say, let's go to Toontown. Or I never hear anything about it. And Brittany wrote in, as someone, these are kind of inadvertently answers to Kevin and answers to me. As someone who only goes to Disneyland like once a year, I rarely go into Toontown at all. I have good memories of visiting Mickey's house when I was little, but it doesn't do much for me as an adult. My 2-year-old loves the Fab Five and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and we still didn't go to Toontown on our last trip. For some reason, I always forget about it, and I hope the renovation helps revitalize it. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Here they are. And final one for forgetting. Jules writes in, not a fan of Toontown. I forget it exists. So, yeah. I have definitely forgotten in the past. I still kind of, I don't forget it exists. I forget that it's an option to do things there. But it's also like once you make the trek there, the wait times better be good. Otherwise, you got to leave. It's a dead end. Which it might not be forever, everyone. But Ozzy wrote in, it's about time. Toontown got some TLC that it needs. I love Toontown. So, it is time, Ozzy. You're right. You're right. The future of Toontown is coming. So, we got a note from, not Trammin, the Disney Instagram. The senior concept designer was Jennifer Schwartz, who liked doing the bird's eye view. I actually really like this concept art. It is awesome. It's got life, which I know they add a lot of life and fake backgrounds in these concept art things. But yeah, let's get into some questions and some thoughts about this. So Selena asks, how much do you think they'll change the overall layout and look? And, I'm thinking like I think the architecture is going to stay the same. But I wonder and think and hope maybe that they'll give it the paint job that it needs to make it look like it's not the same. Like less warmth and pastel-ish colors and more bright, which might sound annoying, but if they're like almost flatter, it might have like a more toony look. But it looks like most of the buildings are going to stay. Let's see. What did JD write to really expand on this? So JD said, I hope to see something like Main Street Cinema added here, showing old and new animations. A path to Galaxy's Edge would be great too, making it easier to get in and out of the land. Always appreciate all the interactive activities in the land and hope they add more touches like this. So yeah, in the concept art, in the top left corner, there is where Chip and Dale Treehouse is supposed to be, a field. And then in the field, there's like a mountain range looking thing and some trees. It's very blurry. It's at the back. And I wonder I don't know if it's possible, but it should be, right? Like a back path to Galaxy's Edge, which would be cool. It would be another way into Galaxy's Edge, I guess, but not the best way. But then you don't have to, like, that's a lot of ways into one it's not little land, I guess, 14 acres, but it's a way out of Toontown. So if you get there, you're like, it's a lot here. They could technically expand Galaxy's Edge with something, put some cool little base, more ships. I don't know. They could put something else there. I would hope there's something there. But the art does still have the Toontown sign behind Mickey's house. Minnie's house is still here. Donald's boat still here. Now, Goofy's house is definitely still there, but his backyard looks different. So I wonder if they're going to just rip out, well, there isn't much to rip out inside the house, but make that into just a new theme, more of a play area. And speaking of, there's lots of grass. I think the second fountain is gone, the Roger Rabbit fountain, but the other fountain is going to have like water tables, which are like what kids splash around in these days because we have like cooler kids' toys because of plastic. But yeah, I think it's going to be real nice that like the big tree takes the place of the ugly, just wasted area to the left when you come in. There's like nothing there. But there's like part of it's not going to be a real tree. And I think it's going to be turf. It's not going to be real grass. Yeah, because it's mud. Yeah, it's going to be turf. You can hose it down at the end of the day. I think the tree's roots are part of the things that the kids will play on. So it's like integrated. The other fountain area looks like that's where the stroller parking is, again, on that grass. So yeah, it's a lot of more like open play areas. And so these two, Does Goofy's house? No, it looks like a slide, but it's not. It's just like cute stuff. But this tree looks like it has different leaves in the two pictures. One, it's like fall. One, it's green, which is, all year here. But I wonder if they change the leaves throughout the year. That would be cool. Just pop the top of the tree off, put a new one, not change each individual leaf. That would be cool. Minnie Mouse has her fountain, which is also awesome. And it's low enough for a kid in a wheelchair to play in. That's what this art has, which again, freaking awesome. Like for sure. So yeah, it's gonna be even more of a kid's land with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And something I did notice, there isn't a queue area for the Runaway Railway. So is it a completely indoor queue? Or is it like somewhere, is it going to be to the left near City Hall? I don't know. But I do love this building. The El Capitan Theater looks a lot nicer than the Chinese theater type thing in Hollywood Studios. This is like, I think this is just going to be the reason for Toontown to exist, but in a really good way. The hills are coming back. They are already constructing the hills on the building, which is cool. But yeah, they'll be back to cover up that huge building. But yeah, confirmed it's going to cover the building. It's got like roads on it. It looks like a beanstalk type thing is coming out of the theater into the hills. Is that what the ride's about, Rain? I don't know, because I think Rain has been on it. But Kimmy wrote in and said that scrolled the wrong way. She said that she's disappointed she didn't get to enjoy Gag Factory when it was around. So it seems like it's gone, but it's referenced in the art. So like, is it there? Because I know they tore part of it down, but are they moving it? But look, here's a guarantee. There's going to be a store somewhere. And maybe it'll be called that again. And maybe it'll have an updated something. I hope there is. But there will be a store. There's no way there's no store here for all that Mickey Mouse merch. Which I hope there's some good Mickey Mouse merch, actually. I've been digging the Mickey Mouse stuff. And yeah, it's referenced in the art. I don't think the art has Easter eggs. I think it's like, well, we put it there because it's going to be there. So yeah, I think there is hope. And rebellions are built on hope. But I like that there's like fountains and whimsy and fun, the kinetic energy will be from the children running around. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a fun land that I think I'll like being in, like for vibes, especially, when the kids go home. There will be more time to see it uninterrupted with fewer screams. But yeah, I think the virtual queue will come back. But that is a lightning lane I will pay for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And so Dylan wrote in, as excited as I am for Runaway Railway, I really wish we could also get a DuckTales 2017 ride. So this is contentious, right? Rain loves DuckTales 2017. RJ thought it was terrible. But it did get canceled. And if it got canceled, they're done. That's not going to make money. So, DuckTales, boo-hoo. Sorry, Dylan. Not making fun of you. So, America wrote in because we are getting Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So I could say it now. With, the new Disney short art. And she wrote, I understand Toontown needs a makeover, but please keep it Disney classic. None of this Mickey 2.0 they're trying to push on us. So I don't know if you have America and Kevin. I really think you guys should watch the new shorts. They're actually like the really classic Mickey, the mischievous Mickey. The little he's a little jerk, we'll call him. But funny, like not jerk, like he's mean to people, like he's causing trouble. The voice gets weird sometimes. And what's funny is the voice actor, Chris? Okay, let's see. I wanna read this for you guys. Mickey voice actor. Nope, that's Mickey voice. Chris Diamantopoulos, which has to be Greek. He can actually do the Mickey Mouse voice like perfectly, but it's a different voice on the shorts. But you guys should watch it. Look, The Hills will be back. That was an OC spinoff or something, right? But yeah, I don't think they're gonna I think they will find a way to just have all of this match up. Because what is classic Disney? Because that Toontown, the Toontown art is not classic. It's dated. So I think they're gonna find the balance, and I think they care. So they're revitalizing this land. We're getting Centennial Park. It's something like within the land. It's referencing old things. Like a lot of these things are in shorts. It's even like that that 90s night reference, right? Like the Animation Avenue or Afternoon Avenue, Disney Afternoon Avenue or something like that. They know Disney, the Imagineers. They still pay attention. They know. I don't think they're gonna. We'll all always be disappointed, right? But I don't think. I think they'll do it right. I really do. So yeah, something I'm not sure if they'll do. I still don't know how to say this. Nice Los writes in. Not sure if you guys remember this show, but in 94 or 95, they had a show called Toontown Kids. With the refurbishment coming, do you think it would be cool to see a new version of the show brought back and filmed at Toontown like they did with that series? Let that sit for a moment. They filmed children in Toontown as a show. Really weird. Look it up. We'll give you a Dora moment while I finish this beer. I know, I'm getting a lot of little beer breaks. Yeah, what probably came up is The Invisible Man. That's what I saw. They filmed part of it in Court of Angels, R.I.P. But yeah, it's so a lot of it is in the rest of Disneyland too. But I can imagine them referencing this. I don't know what commercials are like these days. I can imagine them doing a commercial like this. Not even with original actors, because no one knows who they are, just people who look like them, or with new children. But do new children care about anything? Sorry. But I think it would be a fun ad. Or one episode. I don't think it would be a fun series because it's too obscure. And I think some things are cool when they don't overstay their welcome. Like when you just do a short, an ad, a spot, if you will. Oh, don't make it a TikTok though. Make it a little longer than that. I'm not here for shorts, TikToks, and reels. Yeah, Toon Talk. No, that was bad. Strike that from the record. Cut that out, Rain. He won't. So, yeah, I hope they do some cool something. But they'll get people to come. It'll be the ride. They'll advertise the ride. People will be looking around in wonder on the ride, like, whoa, if someone will point at something, and it'll make the ride look exciting. I'm not excited for the ride. I'm just intrigued because I've seen parts of it, like what people post, but I haven't really seen what it's like. I just know it's trackless, which means it's not fast or thrilling. So that's a mild disappointment. So let me sip on some Taco Bell. Yeah, I drink a lot of water, all right? And this is 0 sugar. So let's do one last check. Nicole writes in, Go Coaster is way too short. Yes, it is, Nicole. Yes, it is. And Emily writes in, what would you do to fix Toontown? The current state of the land sucks. I would have faith in Disney right now. They seem excited about this. They're doing, dude, sorry. There's no dude here. Just me. But they're doing this for Mickey. For the big cheese. I think his fridge has a lot of cheese in it, by the way. But yeah, I think they're gonna do it right. Kimmy says it's underrated even when it wasn't the best. Just avoid it midday. Yes, very true. Avoid it midday. So yeah, I think we don't need to do anything to Toontown. It's Disney's gonna do it. But Elizabeth does say they need better food. The situation there is bleak, and she would love to hear the brainstorm of that. But we will get to that in a moment. I just want to make sure I got everyone here. If you haven't heard your thing yet, don't worry. I'll read it. I'm just double checking, and I'm gonna delete this. So we don't get write-ins who think we ignored them. Okay, so AJ wrote in and he said, I've always loved Toontown. It's always been a nostalgic place for me. I know it gets a good amount of hate, but personally, I love it. AJ, it has grown on me. It definitely has. And on that note, Selena asks, what's your favorite Toontown memory? So I have a couple. A couple recent ones are the spontaneous trip where Kimmy and I just like ran to Toontown because we're like, oh yeah, let's just go on Gadget's Go Coaster. And I think we also did Roger Rabbit. That was fun. Seeing Toontown during Christmas. That's one last note I want to make. We brought it up during the Disneyland Christmas episode. Toontown is decorated for Christmas, like just straight up decorated for Christmas, and it blew my mind. And I love that. But definitely my favorite memory is I believe it was RJ's daughter's birthday. February 2020. Yes, that's right. Almost happy birthday, Haley. We went, and of course she was turning 7, I think. I know how old she is. It was just the years don't make sense anymore. And you know, Toontown age. So we went to Toontown. It was at night. I remember RJ and I standing near the bathrooms, which are awesome, right? Near the fountain, kids running around, whatever. And he's a lore dude. He's a lore guy. He was telling me all about everything. Roger Rabbit, this, that, and the other thing. And of course, Star Wars. And there was something I really appreciated about like, I am here for like this young life, who is appreciating this way more than I ever could. Even though I'm not a stinker about Toontown, it was like, man, kids really do love this. They are allowed to run around here and the parents don't freak out because they're not going to escape the land or get lost in a crowd that's moving through the land. I think that's also a really big thing about everyone who's in there is either in there or is leaving there. There is no like passing through. So I think that helps with the child control, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really appreciate that. That's I really like that memory. And of course, pre-pandemic memories are real great. But yeah, that's probably number one right now. Cause I barely remember there as a kid. There's a picture of me and Autumn on the fountain. If I've never posted that, it's going up if I remember. But yeah, I like Toontown. I appreciate it now more than ever. And I'm glad it's getting a revamp. I'm not going to pretend that I was like, on the soapbox, like they need to revamp Toontown. It's like, I wasn't I? On Trammin? I don't know. Glad they're doing it though. It's a great thing to see. I'm excited. So we'll see what Disney's going to do. I think they're going to knock it out of the Centennial Park. Yeah. So I believe, if I have not missed anything else, that it's time for We Have It So Good. Yeah, I'm not going to hit the movie thing. Actually, you know what? I am. I'm going to hit the movie thing. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of movie talk. So it's not time for I did it all the time. So let's just give you this little sound effect. So I am all caught up. No spoilers, don't worry. I am all caught up on Boba Fett. I will watch Wednesday's episode, maybe the day it comes out, if not the day after. Loving it. I think the thing with Boba Fett, I think the hype on Star Wars is dying. I think there's that own Mando hype. I think this is part of the MCU, the Mando Cinematic Universe, less than it's a part of the Star Wars movies, which I think I like also. These are just stories taking place in the Star Wars world, which I love. I don't think this is a redemption story. I don't think he was ever even a villain. This is just, it's about Boba Fett and what he's up to right now. Yes, he's alive, but also it's one of those, like, if you didn't see the dead body, is it dead? That kind of thing. The explanations for things aren't bad. I think it's cool. I think it's what I really like with the Power Rangers episode. I'm gonna call it, with the water. What did I say? The gang solves inflation with the watermonger. I think that episode really showed, like, oh, this is how mafia stuff works. You know, the mob, extortion, paying like rackets and protection fees and all that. I actually kind of like that. It's like some nerdy Star Wars stuff, like the trade blockade with the Galactic Trade Federation that sparked the Star Wars in episode 1, like Star Wars episode 1. But I like it. I think this is, so the hype has died. I think when something goes mainstream, peaks, and then settles back down, almost like a market correction, like the stock market. I think that's when, I'm not really in the community, but when, like, you feel better about something because there's less negativity around it. Not criticism. There's still criticism. Criticism is always valid, almost. But there's less negativity because the fans are watching. And the fans, not the fans that are like, everything is awesome, you know? But everything is cool when you're part of a team. So I like that the people who like Star Wars are the ones watching this and they like it. And the people who don't like Star Wars kind of don't, but it's also like, but you don't like Star Wars, so who cares? It's kind of like when raves died down, it settled back in, they became more fun. When raves went mainstream, there's nothing wrong with people liking a thing. I like when people like the thing I like. But when people who don't completely understand show up, the vibe changes. And in live events, it's different than a Star Wars show. But I am liking it so far. It doesn't, for the first time in a while, especially because of Marvel, I don't have to worry about, like, how does this affect the bigger picture? How does this, what does this mean for the future of Star Wars? It's like the galaxy. No, it doesn't matter. It probably will, because there's Ahsoka and Clone Wars stuff, whatever, Mando, sure. But I feel like the stakes might be lower. So I'm digging it. I like it because it's just like, maybe I don't have to care about the big stuff because it's just like, oh, is that canon? Does that make sense with this explanation? Like, it doesn't matter. Just enjoy a thing. And I'm enjoying the thing. So if you too enjoy it, go ahead, write in. If you don't enjoy it, listen. If you don't enjoy it, move on. Just don't give them your money anymore. Because whining about it, and if you're a critic, you're a critic. That's your job. You do it. We're critics here in a way, right? That's what this whole podcast is. So there is that. But, don't go around being angry. But I'm not going to make it about that. Boba Fett is a fun show for people who like Star Wars. If you don't like Star Wars, why would you watch it? It's like that whole MCU thing. I got to keep up. You don't. Just watch episode 5 or chapter 5 if you need to keep up, let's say. That's all I'll say. I watched What If? The Marvel show. That may be canon. So that's another annoying MCU thing. That might actually be important for, I think it is, required reading now for Multiverse and Madness. Some of the episodes are really boring. And feels pointless. Some of the episodes were very compelling. They were only like 32 minutes each. They felt long though. But I did generally like them. I liked the last few episodes. It got really cool at the end. You got to kind of watch it in order. It was fun. There were some funny things. It was fun. The animation is funky, but it's cool. It could have been worse. But yeah, you might actually need to watch that, unfortunately. And then I watched Hawkeye. I liked Hawkeye. It was fun. I am mad at myself for not watching Hawkeye during Christmas. It is a Christmas show. It was, man, that was fun. I'm glad it's still wintry, whatever that means for California, but I really enjoyed it. If you're in the MCU, yeah, you gotta watch it, right? But yeah, I liked it. It was fun. There was really funny moments. The bros, trust a bro. Well, they don't say it accurately, but the funny thing is, they almost don't say bro enough. I'm Armenian. Bro. So bro is very, look, that's like the most accurate thing Marvel has ever done, even though they're Russian. But yeah, the bros, real funny. Tracksuit Mafia, amazing name. Chef's kiss of a name. But I also think it's all from the comics. There's some other characters in the comics. Some of you might really like it. I think Clint is very funny. He's got the most understanding, cool wife in the world, I guess. Yeah, it was funny. My favorite moment, can't say it here, but ask me what my favorite moment is. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll even record the voice. No, I'll record a voice message. It's weird, but I'll tell you. But yeah, it was very fun, unique, I think, because it's just like 6 Christmas days in New York City, which is actually Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, I enjoyed the show. It was different for me, and it was a lot of fun. So that's all I got to say. If you liked it too, again, write in. So it is actually time for We Have It So Good, in which members of the TramFam, just like you, write in with what they miss and appreciate about Disneyland. I don't think Rain did go to Disneyland. I don't have much of a recap for his trip, but I do know he parked at Toy Story and was in a very long line. And I posted, this is why I park at Mickey and Friends. I was not there, guys. That was an old picture. Sorry. Because I know some of you might have been there. But yeah, that was an old picture. I just posted it like being snarky. But yeah, it's because when I get there, I have to use the bathroom. And someone said there is one at Toy Story now, but I don't like buses. I'm sorry. Are buses not bussin'? Is that like how that works? Sorry, fellow kids. Okay. So yeah, that's what I remember from that. But he hung out there. I think he liked it. I think he had a good time. So Ozzy writes in, We Have It So Good for next week. I forgot to put it this week. Anyways, he went to Disneyland last Saturday. Finally rode Snow White's Enchanted Wish, and also finally tried the fried chicken at Plaza Inn. That was so bomb. And for $18, it was a lot of food. Get mashed potatoes, string beans, 4 pieces of chicken, biscuit, totally fire. But I think my highlight was the honey fusion from the Pim Test Lab. It was so good. Like, the drink was really smooth. We tried to do the Lunar New Year food, and the lines were insane. Like, it was all the way by Silly Symphony Swings, and we tried the mobile order, but the wait was like 2 hours. Yeah, that's brutal, man. I think I'm going to go to Studio Catering Truck, not the booths. The booths, like, yeah, I'll probably wait till Food and Wine or something. I'll try. We'll see. I'm going to be there. Saturday? I may or may not have new stickers, by the way. But, yeah, so sounds fun, man. I'm really glad you tried the fried chicken. I recommend everyone try the fried chicken and ride Snow White's Enchanted Wish. So again, don't know how to say this. Should have asked. Nice Loafs writes in, finally had a chance to try the cookie shot that you guys mentioned around Christmas time at the Grand Californian Hotel. Was really excited. Honestly, a bit disappointing. Kind of overpriced for what you get. Maybe during Christmas time the vibe is better, but I'm glad I finally got to try it. Thank you guys again for the assist. So I think they said they tried with the Grand Marnier, but that they should have got the rum chata, I believe. And then it was like really expensive. I don't remember how much it was, but I don't think I've ever got it with alcohol. So that's probably also why I like it. I know $8 is a lot, but I think it's like $8 when there's no alcohol. So it's like, it's fun. It's cookies and milk. chocolate chip cookies a way to go. You may have gotten the red velvet. That one I did not like. But the chocolate chip, good because it's lined with chocolate. But yeah, it is one of those fun Christmas time type things. So that might be the reason why you didn't like it. Not like, oh, it's good and you're wrong. Just like vibes, circumstances, and all that do make things feel different. So, yeah, I would say sorry you didn't like it. So everyone, there's another recommendation from another person who you might be more like than you're like us. So there you go. JD wrote in, garden walk is still very odd. It's kind of open and still celebrating Christmas. So he sent a picture of this flamingo photo op. And behind the flamingo photo op was a window of a store with like the butcher paper, the cardboard color, let's say brown, with painter's tape and this flamingo thing. And it had a little tear on the bottom. And then I sent him a picture from March 2021, which had the Christmas stuff from 2020 when we almost opened. That thing hasn't moved. I don't know how it's still standing. It has a tear in the same place. The window still has the same construction stuff up there. Has not moved. The Happy Holiday flamingo sign. Garden walk is weird. I can't wait. Sorry. Until it goes. Well, STC owns it. Who cares? Can't wait till it goes bankrupt and Disney buys it and opens another park there. That should have been the Marvel park. So, yeah. Does everybody know what time it is? That's right. It's
pizza time.
One last bite. So, as always, we'll begin with the best food I ate this week. So, I was stuck at home last week and could not really eat great food. Had to eat some hearty breakfasts. That was good. I made some hash browns, eggs, and a pita with Cholula. It was pretty good. But not much going out. That's for sure. I had a lot of sandwiches, things of that nature. So the best food, though, is probably going to be from just a few minutes ago, Taco Bell. The grilled cheese burrito. I've had that thing like 1,000 times now. That thing is so good. There's cheese grilled onto the outside of the tortilla. And it doesn't stick to the paper. They use parchment paper or wax paper, which does not go in the oven, everyone. So I recommend that. I fully recommend that. I got a free bean and cheese burrito. That thing's not good. I don't get onions in it, though, so maybe that's why. But, I'm sorry. That's probably going to be the best thing I ate this week. Best dessert, though. First, a shout out. Shout out to the McFlurry. I never get them. I got one with Oreos and M&Ms. Oreos because they taste good. M&Ms because they're mini M&Ms. They're disgusting in the McFlurry, but also, like, they're challenging, you know? And oddly, they're alluring. There's that crunch to them, that weird fake flavor. I don't know. But yeah, I bought that as a test, if you will. I ate an entire McFlurry with no dairy pills. That was okay. What does that mean? It means ice cream has a lot of cream in it, which doesn't have a lot of lactose in it. So who knows? Who knows what this means for the future? But yeah. But that was decent. But I think the best thing it was, again, the little chocolate shop. I forgot what it's called. The Chocolat something in Pepper Tree Lane in Laguna. It was a chocolate-covered Oreo. Just keeping it simple. Thank you for that, Kimmy. It was great. I don't know. You know, sometimes it's the little things. You don't need butter cake with strawberry ganache. That's not a thing. Blah, blah, blah. Fresh whipped cream is pretty good, though. But yeah, it's going to have to be that. It's definitely not the Starbucks brownie. I think it's not as good as... Actually, no, that one is pretty good. The Chick-fil-A one's not that good. I'm going to be honest. I think it's not fudgy enough. So yeah, I'm going to go with those. So, Christian with a K asks, yes, you're here, bud. Do you think there's a chance for a higher end food option than the more kid-oriented ones. And I believe it was Emily who wrote in. It deletes all those responses when you delete the post. Was it Elizabeth? I don't know. I already mentioned you guys. Wrote in about the food ideas. So, first of all, just put some hot toppings for the hot dogs. I want some weird stuff. Like weirder than relish. And relish isn't weird. Let's get some weird chili or something, or that's not weird. That's not weird at all. Like a Mexican hot dog. Hot dog. Ooh. Can you eat just like a chorizo sausage? I know they sell them. Is that too much though? Maybe a skinny one. But that would be cool. I don't know, like a hot dog bar, like a Chipotle style, like you choose what to put on the hot dog. That might be cool. Like Clarabelle's. But what about like odd sausages? Like lamb or like rattlesnake and rabbit. Maybe not because of Roger Rabbit, but like the stuff from like Wurstkucha. I don't know how you say it. The thing in, I know there's other ones, but the one in the Arts District, they have like weird stuff. Lamb isn't that weird, but like odd meats. If you're going to sell hot dogs, like it's just a sausage. It's cooked the same. So something like that. Maybe like better specialty pizzas. Like a pastrami pizza. If you have not had that. I think the number one pastrami pizza is at Downey Pizza Company. It's like their signature item. It's pastrami, mustard, and pickles on the pizza. You got to try it. I'm sure other places have it now. Like Brewworks at Cal Poly eventually had it. I think... I know his real name. I know his family. Is it just called Z's in East LA? Montebello? Z's Crazy Eats? I don't know. I don't know what the restaurant's called. I know he used to do a quesadilla with pastrami. But like, pastrami pizza. Something like that. Or like the ones that I call open face sandwiches at BJ's, like the Mediterranean. Something like that. Or calzones. Calzones, Or the ones that don't betray you. Paninis. That's pizza-like. That's small. You could do it quick. You could probably do those little, what do you call those? The Starbucks style. They're kind of pre-made, but you panini press them and they're fine. Or like fancy diner sandwiches. Like with like cold cuts. Like the gabagool, the prosciutto, that kind of stuff. Like a good Italian sandwich, a club sandwich. It's not fancy, but a roast beef, a pastrami. Because it's Daisy's Diner after all. So give me some diner food. A sandwich. Got it. Waffle sandwiches, like Bruxy. That is perfect. Just do that. Get rid of let Clarabelle do that. Does she need to sell hot dogs? No, she doesn't sell hot dogs. What does she even sell? What did I say Clarabelle sells? Let's get back. You're all yelling because I just said this. Sundays and hey, come on, Clarabelle. Give us some waffle sandwiches. That would be fun. If you don't know what Bruxy is, go check that out. Or what about like fancy? It's like Toontown. It's kids. Fancy frozen foods. Maybe some bagel bites, Totino. I've still never had Totino's pizza rolls. Something like that. Taquitos or flautas, like the frozen mini tacos with small foods, like kid-sized foods. That would be fun. I know it's a PIM thing, but something like that. There's some weird snacks, odd flavored popcorns. I'm still looking at you, shrimp popcorn. I want that, Tokyo. But yeah, maybe something like that. But promised you guys, I would say this. Promised earlier. Clarabelle's a cow, so she can't sell you burgers. But she can sell you Impossible Burgers. There you go. Right there. I had the Impossible Starbucks sandwich. The breakfast one. The one that has an egg from a chicken and cheese from a cow. And bread that probably has some sort of milk in it. But with the Impossible patty. Impossible sausage. It was decent. It was fine. It tastes like every other sausage. But yeah, Impossible Burgers. I think that would be great. Then it would be funny. Right? Be like, Not like the Chick-fil-A cows. They go too hard, you know, like they eat more chicken. Like, okay, now you're just advocating for the murder of some other animal. But yeah, Impossible burgers, because I think that kids wouldn't know the difference. I think it's safe for kids to eat, right? It's like soy or something. Yeah, I think that would be the way to go. So yeah, Impossible, Clarabelle's. I don't have a pun. What kind of pun could you put? Is there a food with tune in it? Like let's see. No, sandwich, pizza, burger. The holy tunity. Tuna sandwich. Tuna sandwich. And with that, thank you guys for listening. We'll see a real tune. Bye.